For cheating, let me ask you this. When you drive on the road, it's called speed limit. It's not called speed acceptance. It's called speed limit. You ever drive over the speed limit? I do every single day.
I thought that was a suggestion.
No, speed. It's not called speed suggestion. It's called speed limit.
Look, it's part of the culture of baseball.
It's part of the culture of all of us.
They are habitual line steppers.
We are all we're all flexibly moral. We're morally flexible. All of us do a little bit. You ever write off something with the IRS? You're not sure it's really a write-off. What?
Look, we're born sinners. Some of us are just on the other spectrum.
That's a good way to put it. We're born sinners.
I don't get the overreaction to it. Like, it's cheating, but we all know this is a thing.
There's punishment.
They just took it to another level. And yes, it's embarrassing, and yes, it's wrong, and yes, they should be punished as they were, then let's all move on.
How many draft picks they lose?
They lost their first and second round picks the next 2 years.
Okay, boom. That's where all the players are. You lost 4 Major League Baseball players. GM fired, manager fired. Hand out a suspension. They'll take away the trophy. All right. Later in Best for Last, it's Michael Jordan's birthday. We'll celebrate that in about 40 minutes from now. Now, I usually don't talk, I don't lead shows very often. I don't talk about NBA All-Star games very often because they're exhibitions. They don't really matter. But yesterday, this one held a special significance, and not just because it was really, really entertaining. Over the last 15 years, if LeBron James cares about something, then the players care about something. This is a star-driven league. In the NFL, the stars bail on the Pro Bowl. Let's face it, they play it before the Super Bowl, so many of the best players aren't available, and the other available players, stars, don't want to play in the game. So what is the symbolism? What is the signal in the National Football League to the players who aren't superstars? Well, the superstars don't want to play in it. Well, what do I care about? It's a vacation. But in the NBA, LeBron James decided this weekend, this game matters. And so it mattered. It was not just about tweaking the rules, because if it was just about that, then why did Kawhi Leonard come out in the first half, guns blazing, I'm going to take home the MVP? If LeBron cares about something politically, the other stars care. LeBron James says you need to own your own media platforms. Steph and KD followed. LeBron James says to the commissioner, we got to have fewer back-to-back games. We'll give the fans a higher quality product. The commissioner listens. LeBron's like, I'm not into load management. Outside of Kawhi Leonard, who's a quirky personality, and many do defend his physicality, there is an issue with his knee. The players follow. Michael Jordan had remarkable influence among the fans, Be Like Mike, advertisers, Gatorade, McDonald's, and the media. LeBron has remarkable influence among the players. If he cares about a political issue, all of them do. If he cares about the scheduling, the commissioner does. If he cares about the All-Star game, that thing looked like a playoff game. You got a bunch of guys with titles and rings and $100 million net worth, and they're playing that fourth quarter like it's game 5 of a second-round playoff series. That is influence. And LeBron can have his critics, and he's been to the finals, and he's lost a lot. It should be noted, Jerry West had been to like 9, 10, 11 finals before he won, and he's the damn logo. But LeBron James caring about the All-Star weekend. It's kind of a wide-open weekend. You got the NASCAR race, right, the Daytona 500. You got a new sport, the XFL. You kind of got the All-Star weekend. And LeBron has made a point. The game matters. I'm going to leave the dunk contest to the kids. The dunk contest is the home run derby. I'm going to leave that Saturday night to the kids. But the game, the spectacle, the contest, Sunday night, prime time, this matters. And I thought yesterday in a star-driven league, you saw another example of the star players in this league caring, taking charges, flopping, arguing with each other, arguing with the refs. And by the way, all you fans out there that don't like the NBA always find ways not to like it. And I always hear about, where's the parity? I don't know, did you watch Kawhi, LeBron, and AD playing together in the fourth quarter? I'd watch that. Really? How come Clemson and Alabama football fans don't complain when they get all the 5-star athletes? You don't love parity then. Ohio State football fans cheer when they get more 5-star athletes than everybody else in the Big Ten combined. I don't hear you cheering for parity then. I don't hear you NFL fans. The Saints keep winning their division. The Patriots keep winning their division. I don't hear Patriots and Saint fans complaining about parity. Green Bay will probably win their division for the next 3 with Aaron Rodgers. I don't hear anybody in Green Bay complaining about parity. I don't want parity. We had it in the NBAs in the 70s. Nobody watched. My Sonics won. Elvin Hayes won. Dr. J won. Portland won. And nobody watched. You know what they watched? All those stars lining up yesterday and caring and playing hard like it mattered. And that game is going to get a big fat rating because of it. I like stars. Parity's overrated. And if LeBron cares about something, the stars, the league, and the commissioner do. I thought it was a great Sunday for the league. All right, let me shift to this. Oh, brother. Here's a report. Tom Brady is going to get offered 2 years and $60 million by the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay. So a lot of this stems from a report that Tom Brady bought a house, a big, what they call mansion in Las Vegas. Okay. You know what I'm done with as an esteemed 25-year member of the American media, one of the leading opinionists in the space? Here's what I'm over. Blank bought a house in blank. He's going to be the new blank. Nick Saban bought a house in Austin, Texas. He's going to be the new coach of the Longhorns. Wah, 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 didn't buy it. John Gruden bought a house in Knoxville. He's going to be the new coach of the Tennessee Volunteers. How did that work out? Kawhi, he bought a condo in Toronto. He's staying with the Raptors. 0-4-3. Tom Brady, I don't believe, bought a big mansion in Las Vegas. Prove it to me. Show me the mortgage title. I don't buy it because I don't think Tom Brady is going to go to a rebuilding franchise and play in a division with Patrick Mahomes twice a year and those weapons. And by the way, it would be great for Mark Davis because the brand of the Raiders, the net worth of the owner, like LeBron to the Cavaliers, would be elevated by $300 million. The Raiders need Brady way more than Brady needs the NFL's poorest owner. Here's what I know about blank bought a house in blank city and he's moving there. I own a house in Utah. We're not moving this show there. Nonsense. Show me the mortgage title. This doesn't make stylistic sense. It doesn't make brand sense. It doesn't make roster sense. And John Gruden, by the way, doesn't run an offense. You watched him for years on quarterback camp. He doesn't run the offense that Tom Brady does. Okay? The New England playbook does not have a play called Y2K banana split. Okay? That's what John Gruden has. That's not what Brady runs. None of this makes sense. I don't buy into it for a second. Show me the mortgage title. I was in Vegas for the weekend. I looked at all the mansions I could. None were Brady's. And if a guy named Tom Brady bought a mansion in Vegas, maybe there's a dentist or an accountant or a lawyer or a magician or an executive at a casino named Tom Brady. This one, I do not buy. Speaking of magicians, I watched the magician with my son Saturday night in Vegas. He's the world's fastest magician.
How was he?
He's a Swedish guy. It was a little corny, but he did make a woman disappear and right in front of me, and I have no idea how he did it. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. It's worth the trick. I would pay to find out how he did it. You want to know the story?
Yeah.
So there's like a pole on stage, and he wraps her in saran wrap around the pole. You can see it. It's like from closer than me to you. I had decent seats. Wraps her up. And there's a table on stage right behind him. He gets this cape. So she's wrapped to a pole. She can't move, right? Like her arms are in it. You can see it.
Sure.
He and an assistant did it. She's on the stage. He gets this cape thing he has. He uses it for an hour, right? Makes things disappear. And there's nothing behind it. You can see it, right? It's like a cape.
It's like fabric.
It's like a shower rod and a cape, fabric.
Right.
So he stands on a table behind her. You can see his head. She's there. He puts it up. He puts it above his head, drops it, and he's under saran wrap, and she's where he is in 1 second.
And he's really, like, you can see that
I can see everything. And he's in saran wrap.
So strange.
Okay, you know what it is?
Voodoo?
Magic. That's why it's like after that, I'm like, my son turned to me like, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. That's called magic.
I was in, when I was in Miami starting out in my career, I was interning for DJ Laz at Power 96. And we had a magician come in.
Yeah.
And he asked me for a spoon. So I went to, like the studio's kitchen, the spoon, everyone like randomly eats their oatmeal with it and washes it and puts it back. Like, I know this spoon. I bring it to him and he's at the microphone and he's just standing there and he has his hands like this and he just does something and the spoon slid across the table to his other hand.
That's called the devil.
Yeah. Well, I left the room. I was like, all right, I'm good. You can finish this segment without me.
I'm going to go to the beach.
That was a little too much energy for me. I saw it, though, like with my own eyes. I saw it. I don't know how. I don't know.
Yeah. It's
magic.
Fun. Hans Klock at the Excalibur. I laughed. Have a cocktail. Wait to the end.
It's a good night.
Pretty good night. Son loved it. Coming up next, Rick Bucher. We look ahead. Plus Michael Jordan's birthday. We celebrate that. Every month, about 5-6 weeks, I get a box of Butcher Box, customized, free shipping. This is the best protein, humanely raised, no hormones, antibiotics ever. Right now, if you're on the fence, thought about being a member, now's the time. New members now get 2 free filet mignons, pack of bacon, $20 off your first box. Got to sign up at butcherbox.com/HERD. 100% grass-fed, organic, and free-range meat. No antibiotics ever. Delivered, free shipping, right to your door. Most convenient way to get it done. And free shipping matters with ButcherBox because if you've ever shipped protein and meat, it's not light. It's like shipping wine. It's not light. You appreciate the free shipping. ButcherBox.com/HERD. Good stuff.